Yeah, so I was calling, and my question is, as a younger leader, how do I step into a role in which I'll be managing those who are much more experienced than I, and how do I do that with a kingdom mindset?
Okay. How old are you?
30 years old.
Okay. And the people you'll be leading are how old?
They're going to be they're mostly in their mid to late 50s.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been with the company about 15 to 20 years each.
Cool. What do you do?
So right now I'm actually over the maintenance department, so I'm manager in our maintenance department. I work for a bridge and rail girder manufacturer, and we have about 240 employees.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner just recently spoke to me a couple weeks ago and actually brought me aside and told me, hey, our GM is retiring and next year, and I'd like you to train with him and become our next general manager of the whole facility.
Wow. Good for you. That's wonderful. What a great promotion.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the best person to ask this question of is the old GM. Okay. And then secondly, what I think you would do is I would pick up Pat Lencioni's latest book. It's called The Motive. And it basically says you're not a very good leader if you're in it for what you get out of it. Most of the great leadership minds like John Maxwell and so forth will tell you that the best leaders are leaders that serve. And you say, okay, how can I serve them? How can I care about them and what they want and how, and simultaneously obviously get the work done, right? But instead of it being about you, it's about them. And so what's your focus here? Your focus is, how can I help them do their job better, be better men, be better husbands, have better lives? How can I, be thinking about them, not about me? And that keeps us from, when you're a brand new leader, it's real easy for most people, me included, to step in and go, da-da-da-da-da, I'm here with all the answers. Because if you look at it through the lens of service, you ask a lot more questions than make statements. And so I would go on a question asking tour, not answering, and just ask a lot of questions. What do you think the best thing we do around here is? What's some ideas you have to get things to be more efficient and better? What would you like to see out of the new GM? If you could design a new general manager and it was the one you wanted, not the person, but the way they acted, what kind of behaviors would you want to see out of the new GM? And I tell you, the good news is a crusty old 58-year-old guy who's been working like this, stuff like this, he'll tell you. Probably won't hold back, you think?
No, he's a straight shooter.
Yeah, that's good news, because that way you're not got somebody all white collared up and they're, dancing around trying to be passive aggressive and play politics with you. These are the kind of men that won't do that, and I like that. That's good news for you. You may not like what they tell you, but they'll get used to that. So, but just ask a lot of questions and continually ask that. And what I tell our leaders around here is, if there's someone in a position and they're having a personal problem, their kid's sick at home, their wife's got cancer, and you don't know it, you have failed as a leader. You need to be loving your people well. And I don't mean in some kind of weird, sappy way where they're rolling their eyes at you or something like that. They might do that anyway, but just they need to know that you actually care about what is best for them. It might be that what is best for them is they don't work here anymore. But I actually care what is best for you, And, I've had people that, Dave, I'm overwhelmed with anxiety. I'm having a panic attack every time I walk in the building. The pressure of this job is just too much. I can't do it anymore. And I'm like, well, what's best for you? If I was your dad, if I was your older brother, I would tell you to quit that job. It's going to kill you. And so it's probably best for you that you and me try to find you something else to do, because this place is, the position you've worked yourself into is killing you. And I don't want that for you. And that's an act of love. That's not just firing somebody because they got anxiety, right? So Anyway, the motive, questions, and then go, okay, my job is to knock down blockers. If there's anything blocking you guys from doing your job better, safer, more efficiently, faster, if there's anything keeping you guys from doing that, my job is to get that thing removed. And if it means I got to go upstairs and talk to the boss and say, boss man, we got problems down here on the floor. These guys deserve a better wrench to turn this with. They deserve a better tool than we're giving them. We're making this too hard. Then I'm your guy. I'm your representative, and I'm the guy that knocks down blockers. I'm the guy that says, we're understaffed. These guys are all working 16-hour days. We've got to get some more staff in. Whatever it is, your job is to knock down any blocker that is keeping us from being better, bigger, and badder. And that's all an act of service. It's all the way you come at it with a spirit of service. And when you do that, Jacob, and you will do that, I know you will, because you're the guy that asks this question. The ones that won't do it are the ones that don't ask this question. They've already got all the answers, and they don't call, and they don't ask a question like you're asking. The humility you showed by asking me this question, when you show that humility to them with an actual spirit of I'm not being manipulative, I actually do care about how this ends up for you. And I want to know what you think. And when they get that off of you, and you're not wimpy, you're strong, but I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. When they get that off of you, and people can smell a fake, then pretty quickly they're going to rally around and be really glad you're there. I would take all of that, listen back to it again on the podcast, and listen to it again the first day that you go in and start working with the GM to be mentored, and then ask the GM that you're being mentored with what he thinks of my answer. And if he says I'm full of crap, then I'm full of crap, and you go with what he says. But I think that stuff will help you. It's how I would approach it. I've seen young leaders inside of Ramsey do this. They go on a listening tour, and it's really a good way to get indoctrinated into a new team and to get people to trust you and believe in you, rather than I'm going to come in and start with bugles announcing that the new king is here. The boy king has arrived. Nobody wants to see the boy king, I promise you. And, and that's the way a 58-year-old looks at a 30-year-old, by the way. Hello. So, they're rolling their eyes going, I got socks holder in this fart, and it's just, that you don't want that feeling. And so the way you get by that is you just come in asking. And then after 6 months or so, you'll have your feet under, and then you can tell some people some stuff. But you don't need to tell anybody anything for a while, because you don't really have anything smart to say for a while. Give yourself a minute to get there. And, that's when you'll get there. You will, Jacob, because your spirit, the spirit you carried into this call, is the exact spirit I'm talking about. So you're going to do great with this. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you got this opportunity. You must have obviously earned it with your work ethic and your character. Congratulations.